Well, the Taliban has education, Islamic education, madrasa education, and even in the past 20 years during Republic, they were at war fronts, they were in mountains, they were in refugee camps. They didn't have even the kind of non-school education that they could get. So it's not to blame them, but as a comparison, in the Republic, half of the cabinet had a PhD. They were holding PhD, and hardly any one of them were below master's degree. So that's how I compare it. And then you go down. And another figure I gave you, in the day Republic collapsed, Afghanistan had given 1.5 million graduates at bachelor's level. And then some of them had master's, some of them had PhD. And 15 to 20% of those were trained outside the country, including Pakistan and India. The two countries provided generous scholarships. And in Iran, over 100,000 graduates we had from Iran. We had from Europe, from the United States. And this 1.5 million does not include military training or military education. It's only 7. And now when Taliban are back, they only invest in madrasas. They don't even invest in school for boys. They don't invest in universities. Education is collapsing. So that's why I say they are not interested. Their background is not modern education. Let's assume that they visit one of the neighboring countries, Central Asia. The opposite is a diplomat who has high education and extensive experience in diplomacy, career diplomat or political diplomat. But from the Taliban side, Maulai Sahab. So how can you compare them? How can you say that they are? And when I say that they have to fulfill their promises that they made in Doha, because in Doha they made promises that they would allow all educated Afghans to get positions, and they said there would be no limits. Of course, certain positions can go to mullah, like for instance the judicial system. No problem. That's they could run it, or similar institutions. But even the Ministry of Health is headed by a Maulai Sahib. His deputies, his director generals, all the Maulai Sahib. The same with the diplomatic machinery of Afghanistan. It's all mullahs. Even this chap translator is also a mullah. But he luckily somehow migrated throughout the 20 years to New Zealand. He learned good English and he came back. He's translator, but he doesn't have a proper education. So that's why I say as a comparison, the Republic was more educated. And in terms of that education, they were a match for their counterparts in the region. Like General Saab may agree with me that he has seen quite a few Afghan ambassadors throughout the 20 years. So they were no less than any other diplomats from the neighboring countries. But look at the current Afghan diplomats that are representing Taliban. So, I mean, they are not compatible with the world. They are not compatible with the region in any sense. Either the world and the region have to become all mullah. They go to madrasa and they graduate as Maulai so that they can work together. Or they have to change.